I'm 83. I've been riding, next year I will have been riding for 70 years. I'm good for another 20. So my goal is to, and I've changed that lately, is at 100 to get on my motorcycle and go for a ride. It's called a Teleria Sting is the model. Okay, this vehicle is an electric bike. It's called a bike. Right now it falls in between a motorcycle and a bike, and they consider it like a moped, like a bike that a motorcycle that has less than 50 cc's and won't do 20. And so you can ride it wherever you want. There's no requirements. Although I believe in the future, electric bicycles and this kind of bike, that the government's going to realize there's a whole bunch of revenue if they make you license them. And it does not have pedals, so it is not a bicycle that pedals. It's an electric bike. I guess there's not enough of them around for anybody to say, what are all of these vehicles? If you're going to make it street legal, and that's going to be one of the issues, is how I get a title for it. And it has a serial number on it, just like every other vehicle has, but it didn't come with a registration or a title or anything.
Okay.
You can take a dirt motorcycle and make it street legal pretty easy. Mirrors, to start with. You have to have lighting, brake lights, headlights. Headlight has to dim, turn signals. It has to have reflectors on the front and the back on the sides. It has to have horn. This one does come with a very good horn already. The most noise comes from the chain. It doesn't make a lot of noise. I could ride up behind you walking and you wouldn't know I was there. It's very, very quiet. Well, this has like a regular motorcycle chain. It's many links hooked together of carbon steel pins. Advantage, very, very, very strong. Disadvantage in this case, makes more noise. Not a disadvantage, but a requirement is you have to lubricate it, take care of it. As it wears and parts wear, it seems to get longer. People say it stretches. It really doesn't, but that's what they call it. And then you have to adjust the wheel to take up that extra play. This one has a small transmission. Drive gear, you have to change the oil on that once in a while, the same way on any combustion engine. Other than that, there's no other maintenance on this bike. Okay, this bike has knobby tires or semi-knobby tires, which are designed to work off-road in the dirt and the gravel and stuff like that. On this particular bike, they're real models. They're soft rubber, which gives them good grip on the blacktop and that, so riding them on the street is really not an issue. I think with better tires on it, it'd be fun in the snow because it's lightweight. You can slide and slip it around and cross it up all over the place and not have to be struggling with the weight issue. 130 pounds the way it's set right now. I had it hand guards. They're called hand guards, but they're more guards so if the bike goes down, it doesn't break off your brake levers or something. Hand guards, if you're going through the trees in the bush, you don't get hit. So I changed those to make it a little stronger. I raised the handlebars for comfort for me. Some other people might not do that. I changed the back shock, which lowered the whole bike 2.5 inches. That's what I've done to it so far. Otherwise than that, and put a front fender on it. That didn't come with it. I've owned 100 motorcycles. This is the first bike I ever took out of the box, put it together, got on it, rode it, and was impressed that everything worked right. It's got fully adjustable suspension on it, so you can adjust it to your weight and whatever kind of riding conditions you're doing. You switch to sport mode, it's like the whole motor is bigger and stronger. It'll be faster. I've never done that, but they say it is. But the acceleration on it in sport mode, you almost can't keep the front wheel down. Horsepower on a motorcycle has a lot of torque because I'm not interested in going really fast, but torque gives you the ability to do things quick, instantly, right now. That is one of the huge advantages of electric bikes and electric cars. They have so much torque, and the torque is continuous forever. Electric continues to accelerate till the battery quits or you run out of space. And that's torque all the way. Well, first thing, how far can it go on a battery charge? Man, there's so many things. The weather. Real hot weather, real cold weather is going to make a difference. The terrain. if you're on hills and things, it's going to make it this speed. I have no idea how much this will go. I've been riding it for weeks and weeks, and the batteries, I think last time I looked, was 58% charge. I'm impressed so far that I've been riding around day after day after day after day, and it's just keeps going. The charger's sitting right there, and you plug it in the side right here. When I first got it, it had like a 10%, and I put it in. It took about 4 hours to go to 100%. And so I'm figuring 4 hours is going to be a maximum charge. I actually considered taking getting a second battery pack, so when I go up in the mountains and ride, you know, and you start running low, you go back to your truck and fill up your gas tank. You go back in and just switch batteries and head back out again. When you dirt ride, even with a gasoline engine, a 30 or 40 mile day in the dirt's a long day. So this thing will do 30 miles in the dirt, and it's lighter weight than that, so physically I'd be ready to go more. That'd be fantastic. I mean, that's more than adequate. If I run out in the juice out someplace, it's going to be a long push and walk back, because I'm not leaving it unless I can hide it someplace really good. So the advantage of this is I could easily carry an extra battery pack. I think it's 40 pounds, so I could strap that in a pack on my back. I carry 40 pounds. Brakes on it are fantastic. That's super powerful brakes, light touch on the brakes, and this thing will squat right down. The biggest challenge was not shifting gears. When I take off, I'm always thinking to reach up and shift to the next gear. And in this case, this is your back brake, not your clutch, and would be the clutch. So the first couple of weeks, I was constantly shifting, trying to reach into shift gears. That was the biggest challenge. Otherwise, it's so easy to ride. There is no challenge. I mean, okay, the maneuverability of this bike basically depends on the rider. The bike, you know, it has a steering lock on everything. It can go that tight. For most bikes, it would be almost impossible to ride at a forced steering lock unless you're a really, really good rider. This bike, you can put forced steering lock and the throttle so smooth, add the throttle and just ride around in circles. I can ride around inside this garage all day, either direction. And I say either direction because most people can go to the left way easier than they can go to the right. And there's been all kinds of studies on that too. It's because of its lightweight and stuff, it's easy to maneuver. And if you get in a tight spot, it's light enough you can physically move the bike around. I teach people to ride motorcycles and have been doing for years and years. This would be the easiest bike to teach someone how to ride on because it's balanced. The throttle is so smooth and easy to do. They don't have to worry about a clutch. They don't worry about shifting gears. I could teach somebody in a couple hours to be confident riding this around. You know, I think if you can ride a bicycle, you can get on this and go ride. Just get on it and go. It's easier than a bicycle because you just roll the throttle, it's balanced and going. And it doesn't even have a title. All I have is a bill of sale. It's like buying a bicycle. This was $4,200. No, 44 shipping. $4,400. And to some people, that's a whole lot of money. I know that, and I understand that. And there's a day when that was a whole lot of money to me. And a lot of places, because it's pretty new in America, they say you can buy them, order it now for delivery in August or September. Well, Gary doesn't do that. So the guy in Utah, he said, I have them here. I'll ship it quick as I get your order. So I put in the order. 3 days later, they called me from Kent and said, we have a motorcycle. When can we deliver it? Which was exactly what I wanted, because in that case, I have no patience waiting for things. And I'm so impressed with how easy this thing is to ride. But I'll tell you right now, I've got $4,400 out of it already just for the fun and the pleasure of playing with it now. And I can't say that about a whole lot of stuff in my life. I think if they keep these this way, if they keep them at this price, if I had a, here's what you should ask me. If I was 35 years old, what would I do? I would open up a business and I'd be selling these. And I could sell 1 million of them because they're that good. But for what it is, a fun play on the street or in the dirt, I mean, I can't imagine how you could spend that kind of money. Yeah, I'm impressed. Obviously, I'm impressed. I haven't been so pumped up about anything in years. You know, and I'm debating this right now, and I'm going to get in touch with my insurance company. You can insure anything if you're willing to pay for it. You can insure a bicycle. In fact, most bicycles fall under your house insurance. You know, I'm going to check with them to see if this does or doesn't. And if it does, then that's what we'll do. If it doesn't, then I'm going to check with my motorcycle insurance and see what they say. They're probably going to tell me it's not a motorcycle. We don't insure it. But I basically want it insured for theft, because somebody could pick this up, lay it in the back of the truck, and be gone in a second. It's so new. It's like, and you can't get in and talk to nobody, because when you call my insurance company, they said, it's not a title. We're not going to insure it. It's not. We insure vehicles. You know, they didn't want to talk to me. And I haven't talked to the house insurance people, USAA, and I'll do that and see if, I'm sure they're going to say it's just like a bicycle. It's part of your toys. And why did I do this? You'd have to get in my heart. Motorcycles and horses are the same to me. They're in my heart. There's nothing, I don't even have to ride a horse anymore. I just want to touch them and be near them and smell them and feel them. And I've been accused of stroking my motorcycles, and I know I do that, because to me this is like a friend and somebody that's obedient to what I need and does that. And more than one time I've tapped my bike and wrote my tank and said, good boy, good, good. You know, when we've done something challenging. Dude, it's in, I just love it. I think it's in your heart, and that's what you came with. Like I really believe if it was in the 1800s, I'd be a cowboy on a horse. There's no doubt in my mind. And I love this. When I walk out on a range to teach, and I've been doing this for years, 50 years I've been teaching. When I walk out, because I don't do it very often anymore, when I walk out on the range to teach, I'm a different person. And I know it instantly. And if you want to ask my wife if I have patience, she'll tell you no. You ask any of my students, and they'll all say, he's the most patient person in the world.